Hi Flosstube, it's Deb from Frog Cottage. Today is Saturday the 9th of May. I thought I'd get in and do my Flosstube early this fortnight, mainly because of Stitch Mania, and I did want to show an app on my iPad that I've been using to mark off all my stitches, sort of like Pattern Keeper in Android. But yeah, so it's been a busy week. I have 3 out of 4 kids at school. They started back I had one start Wednesday and the other one started on Thursday. Before that, Miss 11, she's in primary, which is kinder to year 6. She's been back since the school holidays finished. And my year 12 daughter, she's actually starting next week full time. So here in Sydney, Australia, we're actually, the kids are all going 1 day a week, high school next week, year 7 one day, year 8 the next day, and then over the course of a couple of weeks, they're hoping for all the kids to be returned by the end of June. So that's good for me, good for my stitching, good for my craft. My number 2 daughter is 37 weeks pregnant and she's having her bubby in 2 weeks. It's been brought forward because bubby's a breech, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm madly waiting on Spotlight to send me some terry toweling so I can finish some Harry Potter bibs for her. Yeah, so I'm hoping I'm looking forward to next week when everyone's at school. I can get back to sewing. Yeah, I've got a lot to catch up on for this little bub. So yeah, that's what I've got coming up. But I've also got, what are we up to? The 9th day today. So we've still got, what's that? 22 days left of stitching. And I'm already thinking, oh no, I don't know if I'm going to have enough for a new start every day. But we'll see how we go. And I wasn't aiming for that anyway. But once you start, you think, oh, this is good fun. But we'll see how we go. So what I decided to do for my Stitch Mania was in the daytime, I'd work on my sowls. I've got Chopping Mall, Universal Monster, Linen and Thread, Letters from Hogwarts. Excuse me. So for the past 9 days, I worked on Letters from Hogwarts. And the last couple of days I've been doing my Linen and Thread. But I have been busy a little bit the last couple of days, so I've missed 2 days where I haven't stitched on Linen and Thread. So I might extend that. I'm thinking of maybe 4 to 5 days on each of the sowls to try and get them up to date. And then at night, because I usually sit down after dinner and that, I have my new starts, which I have been doing. So we'll go through those. First I'll show you, before I show you my sowls, I might show you this program that I found. That's it's for iPads, iPhones. A lot of people on Android have been using Pattern Keeper, which is really good because you can actually search for symbols and things like that when you're doing your stitching. Unfortunately, the app is called Good Notes, and unfortunately it doesn't do that. But what it does is I can have my graph on a screen and I can highlight, blow it up, reduce it, and highlight as I go. So for me, that's good because I've had a clip on my Otlight and the paper and it's in my face and yeah, so this has been really good. So I can keep this on my lap or to my side and I can just highlight as I go. So let's just try and get into my daughter's iPad because I'm using my daughter's iPad. I'll just try and see because I don't want to show you charts that, alright, what we might do is, no, linen and thread is a bit, we'll do the light. This is the light by, can you see that one? By, what's her name, Barbara Anna? So that's on there, but if I actually look at it all, I usually use the colour. So here it is here. I know you're going to get glare, but look, I can make it big. And if you have a look, you can see your symbols. And then I just use my little thing. Have I got the highlighter? Yep. And you can just highlight each one and it stays. So it's got legends up the top. I'll have to work out how I can do this. Hold on, I think I can. Just one moment. Yeah. So you can probably see this now. Don't look at my notes. Can you see it? Yep. Okay, so up the top here you've got, if I hit that I can go back. So here's all the ones that I'm working on. Let's have a look. Let's just go back. So I have all in here. I've got a cross stitch folder. When you open it up, each of my patterns for I'm doing for Stitch Mania I've added. So I was working on Witch's Night Out yesterday. So I've got Boughs of Holly and then the light. So if I click on the light, then I click on my Barbara Anna because that's the one I've actually got. But up here, if I actually hit on that, it's got everything that I've uploaded. So it's a PDF, so it's got the front cover, the colour, the legend, the black and white, and a second legend. But in cases where I am using like my Witch's Night Out, which is with thy needle and thread, I just open the pattern, photocopy it, take a photo, and I actually put it inside. So here you can see that's the highlighter. I can change it to any colour I want. I can actually make it thicker or really thick. If I've made a mistake, I click the eraser and it takes off those lines. So it's only very basic. I've only got 3 colours and I haven't really played with it a lot, but this is, oh, I've left it on the big one. So just take that off. So put it back on highlight and it's small. Yeah, so if I've done a row, and it's pretty accurate, it's just, I'm not very accurate at the moment. And so you can see where you're up to. And then you just reduce it, move it, and then open up if you're coming down here where, let's see what the yellow is on there. Yeah, and you just put the yellow on. Change the colours. So I found this is a really good tool for me, and as I said, I've uploaded all the ones that I've worked on, and they're kept in here. So this is what I'll use until my daughter actually wants her iPad back. I'll just see if I can close it. You can see all her photos, lovely photos. But here it is here. It's called Good Notes. Good Notes number 5. I think it is. So I'll just stop here, go and check and see if that's all right, and then I'll continue. Hi, I'm back again. So I hope that it looks all right, but maybe I might put together a video later and actually capture the screen and that, so you can see it a bit more better, I think. So unfortunately the app, when you look at it, it's just writing with a pen. It doesn't have any name on it or anything. Does it? If I move that from there and put him there? No, he's not moving, but his name's Good Notes 5. That's the one I actually did. Now, my iPad is a mini iPad, and it's a couple of years old, and I couldn't download it. It wasn't, what do you call it? The ISO wasn't high enough for it. So my daughter's got a newer one, so I just have borrowed that for a little while. So yeah, so I thought that's really good. It's helped me heaps. It means that I don't have to mark my patterns, especially the colour ones. the constant folding of them does rub some of the colour off the pattern, so I'd like to keep them nice, so in my stash. So yeah, that's there. And if you have any questions or you want to know a bit more about it, just message me below. I'll leave a link maybe in the show notes, so you can have a look at it yourself. And while we're talking about that, if you like my videos, like and subscribe. And I actually do my floss tubes maybe once a fortnight. But back to stitching. So for Stitch Mania, I really want to concentrate on my Stitchalongs. So that's Letters from Hogwarts, Linens and Threads, Chopping Mall, and the Universal Monster. So I just thought I'd work a week on each one through the day, Monday to Friday, and then on the week, and then at night, I would do a new start. So what did we work on after saying that? So Letters from Hogwarts, which is big, and I'm behind. I'm still only up to chapter 1. But, I don't have a colour, but I'll quickly flash it. So it's full coverage and it's a banner. And this is how much, can we see that? How much I've actually done. So I'm working on this banner here. So I actually did the parchment. And then, yeah, I've been working on that. So, and sometimes through the day, I don't get much time. The kids have been home. We had to do schoolwork, and we were doing that for about 2.5 hours a day. So I did what I could on that one, but hopefully if I make bigger progress on the other Stitchalongs, that I can come back to this one. So that was mine, and that's a free Stitchalong by Cunning Stitch. They're on Facebook, but you actually get all your charts and everything from his blog, and I'll have that link below. So while I worked on that, at night, my first, oh no, not you. Bet I didn't put it in order. Oh no, not you. Let's have a look. No, not you. This is great, isn't it? I did have it the other way and I turned it over. Silly girl. Let's just turn them over so when we do the next one, we can get them. That's not you either. Now I'm confused myself. I'm waiting, still waiting for my 1, 2, 3 stitch order, which I did at the beginning of April. We are now the 9th of May. And last I looked, my order was still in Los Angeles. So I ordered murky and some other colour fabrics. So this one, I'm sharing this fabric for 2 of the patterns. So the first one I started, I'm a little bit cockeyed, is Boughs of Holly, and that's the closest I'll get to a sampler right now. And this is what I got up to on the first one. I cannot see, so hopefully, yeah. So I got up to that. Oh yeah, just the things. But I love this linen. It's a 32 count Perman linen, I think. I think it's just natural, and I got that from the Green Goblin in Sydney. And I must admit, on some of my Lugana 28 count or Joblin, I struggle to see the holes, but on this 32 count, I can stitch this, no worries. I can see it in the day and at night, so good for my eyes. So that was on the first night. On the second night, I'll just fold this up. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the colour picture for you. Oh, that's right. And that's this one. That's Ida May Crow. I'm not printing out the main ones, mainly because I'm running out of colour. So that one. So I'll hold it up so you can see. So what I got to there was the border and a bit of the stalk. So what I did was I got up to this part here and a bit of the stalk. So yeah, so I like that one, and the fabric matches really well. So you probably can't see, but it's yeah, matched really well. So they were my first 2 days. I'm not going to be able to fold that. I'll do that in a minute. So that was the 1st and 2nd of May. On the 3rd of May, I started Spring Fling. Where are you? There you go. And it's as cute. So how much did I get done? Sorry, I'm doing this on a 20, oh, that's sorry, my needle's gotten caught. I'm doing this on a 25 count rose Lugana. And that's where I got up to on that one. Some nights, oh, now I've got the, yeah. Some nights are easy for stitching, other nights are a little bit hectic with the kids, or sometimes I'm just tired. So you'll see that some I get a bit done and other times I don't get much at all. But a start's a start, and that's what we want. So the next one was Spring Hare's Etching, and I keep thinking I should look up this designer, and I keep forgetting, and it's in the Punch Needlework and Primitive Stitching magazine. So he's a cutie. And I got a little bit done on this one. And this is on a 28 coffee and tea dyed Lugana. Too much, let's just move the needle. So I'm sure if I go back to it, it will be I'm sure I'd get that finished by the end of the month, hopefully. Because I can I've only got 20 new starts, so I was thinking once I get to them, then I just go back in order and do some more on them. Ooh, oh, and on the 4th of May, was this one. The Air of Other Summers, and this is part of the Blackbird Sewing Club through the Green Goblin. And this is what I got up to on this one. And this is a 32 count weeks. That's all I know, linen. So they actually just gave us enough for a 2-inch border, but I've never stitched with a one thread, and I just love it. That one was very hard to put down. I was very eager to keep going the next day. And then on the 5th of May, the 5th of May, we did the Spring Hare Etching, sorry. So one day missed on that one. And then on the 6th of May, it was Witchy Time. So which one did I do first? The 6th was October 31st by With Thy Needle and Thread. I love this. I've done bobbing with pumpkins. I just haven't finished it yet. But unfortunately, that's all I got up to on that one. I just sort of did a bit of the grass, which is here. How many rows? I only did a row and a half, but I think that's I think that was 70 or 130 stitches, so I nearly did 200 stitches, so that was okay. And that's on coffee and tea dyed Monaco that I did myself, and it's heavy. It's got a bit of burn on it, so it's really looks good. And then last night I did Witch's Night Out. Oh, I had one night when I didn't do anything. When was that? Last night, actually. We had a little bonfire last night. We had dinner, and I sat down, I pulled out my stitching, and I woke up and it was 9 o'clock, and I said to my husband, oh gee, you know, didn't realise I fell asleep. And then, so I pulled out, I had a look, saw where I was up to, looked at the iPad, so I thought, okay, let's start. No, I fell asleep, so I actually didn't do any last night. But the night before is when I did this one. So, yeah, so this is, what did I say? Witch's Night Out. And I'll show you where I'm up to on that one. Oh, I always put my needle right in the middle. Oh, that's right. On this one, there it is there. It's got a little pumpkin. So I got it a little bit further on that one. But I'm not really loving the, that's Classic Colourworks Pumpkin Harvest. And I'm not really, I think it's a bit light. If you look at here, it's quite dark, so I'm not sure. I think I'll just keep going and see how light the cauldron is. And the vines have got, what's it called? Colonial Copper here, which is a darker orange. So it might balance out. But if not, I think I might make my little pumpkins a little bit darker. Yeah. But that's where I got to on that one. So it has been exciting. Every day I think, oh, what am I going to work on? So I've actually got a list. I'm utilising my 24 hours of cross-stitch marathon tracker. So I've listed all of them. And then every day I just put down the date. So I do just leave it to the day or the night when I sit down to see what I'm going to stitch. But have I picked anything? Oh, yep, I have picked something. The next one I was going to do... Oh. Deborah. Yeah, this is the one I've picked for today. Tide Trio. So that's by Plum Street Samplers. And I finished Fox's View, probably 6, 7, 8 weeks ago. And I thought, kitted it straight up and thought, I'll get straight into that. And I just haven't done it. But this is the one that I'll start on for tonight. And other than that, I haven't decided. But I did show on my previous Flosstube all the ones that I'm doing for this month. And if my fabric doesn't come from 1, 2, 3 stitch in the next week, then I may have to think some of my starts, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of my out of my 20 are waiting for its fabric. So and I don't want to change from the fabric that I've chosen, so I'll probably just change and just kit up something else, I think. Yeah, so that's all that I've got. Oh, I tell a lie. The other sale I worked on because this past fortnight I did the, what did I do? Where is my, Letters from Hogwarts, that's right. But the one I'm working on now, and I will add some more days to it, is my linen and thread. So I've actually, see down the bottom there? I've actually started April. So I'm quite happy with that. But I've only, 2 nights. Sorry, because I work on this through the day. Be lucky if I'd had an hour in the 2 days to work on that. So, but that's where it is now. And I really love this. And in my 1, 2, 3 stitch, I am waiting on my 2 threads of this. A couple of videos ago, I said I bought some more thread, but I bought it from Sydney, and the dye lot was a lot darker than this one here. The dye lot that came for this colour was more like this one, because this is one thread and this one here, the lighter one's another one, and I just want to alternate them because I think they look cute. Yeah, so fingers crossed when it comes that it's the lighter dye lot, because I did buy the original from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. Yeah, so this is the one I'm going to concentrate on for the next couple of days through the day, and then I'll just do my new starts. So that's it for me. I think I don't have, I've shown you all my other Stitch Mania plans that I had. So, but if anyone wants any more info about the Good Notes on the iPad, I highly recommend it. And I think it's just in time. Kids are coming in. Oops, do you want to say hello? And at this time, so Tay's come in. All the kids been out riding motorbikes and push bikes and everything. But I'll say bye from me, and I'll see you in a fortnight's time. Bye. Hi again. I forgot to say hello to Lily, my #1 fan. So hi Lily. This is for you. Bye.